Thermal Sound Wave.
It's Thermal Sound Waves, a natural alternative to fast food radio.
Yeah.
We hear C.Truth, Kev Lawrence.
That's right.
All right, listen, we ain't going to waste no more time right about now. We got a guest that's joining us. He does some things in the realms of fitness, in the realm of lifestyle, in the realm of wellness, and getting your mind, body, and soul right. You know what I mean? We got Mperor joining us right now, coming from St. Louis. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
He's up in her.
Bless up.
314.
Bless up, man. Half man, half panther, full-blooded gorilla lineman, direct in the flesh. Thank you, brothers, for having me.
Okay. All right.
You know, we've been hearing a lot about you, man, and shout to the man DJ Kut. He always talks to us about you because we've been seeing how our guy DJ Kut, he's been getting fit, lately. And he's been more aggressive.
Yeah, good thanks that he chose me too, man. Like, because Kut know a lot of people, man. So for the brother to choose me to on that, our history, we got like mad history because we met each other in our 20s. So it was one of those things when he had moved back to the Lou, man, that he was like, man, if I'm going to trust anybody, you was on this stuff in our 20s when people was laughing at you, wearing Kung Fu suits to the movies. I mean, that was that dude.
Now you mentioned that.
Okay.
You mentioned that because, people might say Kung Fu suits. Is he Dragonfly Jones? And it's like, right. it may seem funny.
Silence.
Yeah, but yeah. Shout out to Martin.
Right.
But it's all fun and games until your life is threatened. And you're a person that teaches not just self-defense, but to leave me alone studies. That's what I call it. Leave me alone studies.
Yeah, one of my instructors, Ken O'Neill, man, he has said, we're in the help business. I'm gonna help you not to hurt me. And depending on how much you want to hurt me is gonna decide how much I want to help you.
Okay. So let's really quick. Let's do a little brief history of how you got into the arts of is it Muy Thai that you do, or is it like a combination of a whole bunch of things, or is it just that specific?
Well, actually, it was Muy Thai. Knowledge itself, man. We was all into like Bruce Lee as we were coming up, man. I see some people, this generation still is, man. But that sparked it. And then when I was in my 20s, man, I met this brother his brother Master Gadir. He ended up borning me into the martial art of Wing Chun, born me into the guerrilla mindset and self-preparation, man. Do for self for the consequences. Later on, I got introduced to Muy Thai under Muy Ron Smith, and that's a whole another history lesson with who Muy Ron Smith is. And 10 years into that, I started studying Kali, which is a weapons-based art. And my instructor guru, Stan Brooks, he also was training with Guru Danny Asano, so I use a lot of the Asano system from him. And then, you come up with your own, you put your own little isms in it, because I'm a small guy, right? So just me, like I'm 5'6", probably $170. And I'm always saying to women, I train like a woman because when we attack, what we have in common is our opponent is going to be bigger and stronger than us. So you ain't got time for all that boxing. I know women are attracted to boxing, but on the real, we ain't trying to like box no dude bigger. I'm a man, and I ain't trying to box a cat bigger than me, man. So it's definitely about limb destruction, man, and protecting your peace, which is also the name of my woman's self-defense piece, Protect Your Peace, because the greatest piece to protect is the sacredness of a woman's womb.
Now, let me ask this question. For the people that you've been studying under, were any of those guys in the military?
No, that's the beauty. Well, I won't say just the beauty, but I did study with some people in the military. Most of my people I trained with came from there, man. Like my senior Kali, he was Devil Dog Marine. I'm trained with some Army cats, but these instructors, they wasn't part of the military.
And the reason why I apologize. The reason why we asked that is because we knew after the 60s, when a lot of the men came back from the military in the 60s, a lot of the men, especially the black men, were really severely into martial arts. and they should come back and teach the community that to defend themselves against homeland tyranny.
True indeed. Yeah, true indeed. And Brother Master Gadir, he was actually he was in the Marines, but he was also in the Nation, and the Nation of Islam. Yeah,
and I think they studied 52 blocks before. I know you know about that, C.Truth, 52 blocks. A lot of people was doing that form of that technique of martial arts, and you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Peace. Hey, respect. Man. Give me a sec, man. I'll be with y'all in a second. All right. Michelle, you take care of them. Excuse me, man. I apologize.
Oh, I was wondering, like, who are you talking to? Like, you talking to?
He's actually running a class as we speak.
Okay.
Like, who else is on the phone, man?
All right.
It's that martial arts.
No, you good.
Right. So let's get it in, because I know you don't have much time. So how raw can you be, and like how far does it? How long does it take to develop to get to getting a technique down? Not mastering, because I know it takes a while to master particular techniques and you know, motions and things like that. But how long does it take on average to get down like a particular technique? You know, going through the particular things that you teach.
I just say it definitely depends on the individual, man. But one thing I would say, man, because as we all get, you know, when we hit 30, our metabolism slows down, right? 40, you're like, oh, where this come from? So as it gets slower, the same way you didn't think about gaining weight, or people don't think about that, is the same way you have to train. Like, it'll just come. One day you'll have it. And once you, like, we all get into the mindset of just being in the now, where past, present, and future are one, being the man of the past, living in the present, walking in the future, you don't even think of the time frame. But when I first started in Muy Thai, and for those who don't know what Muy Thai is, it's definitely the number one stand-up in the MMA game, but it's also, like, you know, it's boxing, but you use hands, elbows, knees, and legs. But in throwing like a jab,
and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's exactly where it is, right? So when you're throwing a jab, if I came in and all I was fighting, I was doing windmills, like you just windmilling, it's going to take at least 3 years before that jab gets in me. And I mean, or the jab cross or the hook or whatever. It's going to take at least 3 years for that, because when the pressure comes on, you're going to go back to the windmill. You're going to go back to what you are comfortable with doing. So I'm always just suggesting to people, like for me, one of my mottos is I don't help people lose weight, I get them in shape. And I'm really into having confidence over confidence, and body conditioning over body conditioning, because a lot of things happen with people where they could be like, you know, muscles are toning, but they're like, I'm doing all this work, but I'm not losing weight. And, you know, they don't get it. You know what I mean? People are just caught up in sight, man. Just caught up in sight.
So the range of folks that come to you is from children to adults, men, women, all different backgrounds, correct?
Yeah, and you know, the interesting thing, man, I want to add on to something, like, you know, so I started off as I still am, but a rap artist, you know, Brother Mperor, man, and got 5 projects, an author of a book. My baby project is Tribute to the Black Women. But from being in the business and also having a security team, Panther Protection, you know, I became more also like of a celebrity trainer as well, because of the relationships I have with different celebrities. And, you know, even in this generation. So it all pans out to where, like, you know, especially being with Kut, introducing me to more celebrities, and just being with him and being in that mix, it just helps me gain. You know what I mean? So from kids to adults, and the more I'm around celebrities, the more I just say we all celebrities in our own way. You know, we all have a gift.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I like to say that. That's what I really mean, because when people see the hat, ooh, and they see you with all the people they look at, it's like, oh, that's so, it's me with everybody. I'm like, but yo, what greatness is in them is in you as well. We all celebrities, yo.
So who are some of the people that we may know, who, quote unquote, celebrities that you've worked with, and what's the name of your book?
Okay, definitely DJ Kut.
No
we gotta bless up, man. Dougie Fresh is my G, man. We haven't really had a chance to get it in, but he always shows me love.
Oh, wait.
Fresh be with everybody,
did,
right?
Did he use the Dougie? Spin around.
Emperor, I'm laughing because we had Dougie Fresh on the show a while back, and he told us a story.
No wonder why he got training from Emperor.
Go to our podcast to find out the story that he told. You'll be laughing too when you hear the story, and the fact that he's your one of your people that you train. Like you'll get a kick out of the story. But yeah, go ahead. Who else?
Wow, man. Yeah, I sent him some, because I do the collie with some sticks, man. And I was like, I sent him some sticks. He was like, man, my son loves the sticks. I'm like, that's what's up. Then I just sent him some basic combinations with single stick. And, because double stick could be a little complex, but I be telling people, especially people who look like us, man, I'm like, yo, man, these sticks may look fancy, but all it is a broom handle and a mop handle. Just cracking it, break it open, and get to cracking, man.
Right. So Doug, who else are some of the other people you've worked with?
Wow, man. A-Verb, battle rapper, Hitman Holla, another battle rapper. He just had a situation.
Did you train Hitman Holla before his rap battle with Cassidy or after? Because he's having a problem right now with Cassidy, so he's ready for Cassidy.
No, this was like way before. This is way before Wild and Out.
Okay.
Yeah, way before that, man. I met him through A-Verb, and Verb is always steady, pushing me. Anytime I'm doing something, man, he always reposted.
Because he was saying, "Ask about me." You telling Cassie before they had that face-off about the fight. He's like, you should ask about me. So now we asked about him, and it's true. He does know how to defend himself.
Yeah. And then, there's some things I like to keep private as well, unless they talk about it. Because everybody don't want them knowing,
what I
mean? Don't want people knowing things. So
gotcha.
Out of respect, man.
We'll leave it at that. And what's the name of your book?
Book is called Tribute to the Black Woman, man. You can get it on Amazon. It came out in like 2007, I feel. I've done a few projects called Tribute to the Black Woman where I actually did shows here in the Loop. And I usually have like 3 security teams with me, man. Of course, Panther Protectors is my private, man. Bless up the Nation of Islam and the FOI Cats, man. They've always been down. And bless up the Moorish Brothers. And I had another crew called Sun Moon Set. I'm just, blessing them up, man. But there's so many of us into the arts that we don't know about, man. So that's one thing I really like about the internet, man. You're starting to find out who a lot of these brothers are who've been doing it, like a brother like Steve Muhammad, who I've yet to meet, but just it's so much, man. And to see that I'm slowly getting there, as long as, still messing with cats on the music tip, like all of this kind of coincides with what goes on.
Now, I listen to the things you're saying. I hear a bit of mathematics in there. Are you 5%?
Oh, word. Man, it's just doing the knowledge, dude. Like,
that's so good. Yeah.
It becomes the conversation of like for example, man, like because of the teachers, man, I know we all are above any land label or language, right? And my wife, she's actually from Mecca. And so when I would be dropping certain jewels on her, like, well, y'all got 2/3 Islam, we got 1/3 here. It's still just titles. And then when she started learning some of the things I was showing her, she would say things like, wow, even though you don't call yourself Muslim, you're more Muslim than the people who say they're Muslims. So,
yeah,
what I mean? Wow. So, like, when people say, are you this, are you this? It's like, I'm all that and then some. Like, what? Like, we are who we are.
It's actions and ways. It's not
all freaking day.
Your ways,
not the titles and the ways.
Your ways make you Muslim.
We can all recite
ways and actions.
Like, yeah, man. And that's what
a lot of people talk that, but they are not proper at all. Like, when you really break down like what they're doing, it's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
Right.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Or too many of them, I should say.
Right.
Especially on that side.
Yeah, it's all about your ways and actions. You know what I mean? But, big ups to you, though, for acknowledging that culture. You know what I'm saying? Acknowledging the culture freedom.
Oh, man, we have to, man. Yeah, and that's something that I drop with when I'm dealing with the youth, man. I'm always like, just saying certain things, man. I got this kid I train at this recreational center, and every time we start, he'd be like, "Sir, Brother Emperor, do we got to start? Do I have to do this?" And I'm like, "It's up to you. Are you forcing me to do this?" And I'm like, "Yo, you Patrice Lumumba, son." Every time I go in, I'm like, "What's Patrice Lumumba got to say today, son?" Who is Patrice Lumumba? But it always plants those little seeds, man.
Right. That's what's up. Now, are you from St. Louis originally, or?
Yeah. I'm one of the few people, man, who probably don't even like the term, like don't call it that because of who he was. You know what I mean? And then in this area, it's always St. Louis, St. Charles, St. Peter's, and the old Catholic joints. But you know, what it is.
Break down why that is. Like do the knowledge real quick too.
I mean, it's just the conquerors, man. And then, you know, like, I'm definitely not down with some of the stuff they do. But, like, they've been for 50 years plus on the whole molestation thing. You know what I mean? So, but I get it, meaning whoever conquers is going to name it what it is. So one of the people who say Arch City, because the Arch is definitely some science behind that whole gateway to the West piece.
The pi, 3.14. That's mathematics.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Here you go, 3.14 all day, G. So, and then when you get to like the Cahokia Mound piece, man, and what's over there, and then like, you know, not that I lived back then, but, you know, hearing the science of like from the Mississippi to like, cause like where St. Louis is in East St. Louis, they like, it's a bridge to bring the two. And there was, you know, people say like back in the day, it was pyramids all through that. And then, you know, we all know that as they wanted to mirror America with Africa, that the Mississippi River is just a mirror of the Nile River. So, you know what I mean?
Right.
All freaking day, son.
Well, look at the quote unquote the archway and what that opens up, and the energy that comes through there, and what that's all about. So even when they quote unquote conquering, like there's evidence and there's like stuff that's there that you can't shake because it's just original.
Real talk.
And you can't erase an original. Because you mentioned about, you know, you name certain things. If you look throughout America, even though they took a lot of things, it's still native names that's all over the place. It is. Everywhere.
True indeed.
That you look, so it's like
true indead.
Okay.
It's like even when I found out, like, okay, Dick Gregory, peace be upon him, his brother Ryan Gregory, he sits on my council of elders. So some moons ago we was chopping it up, and this was way before the Hidden Colors piece came out when he talked about it. But he was telling me how Chicago was named after a black man, and I was like, wow, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Haitian
like
too, right?
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, you know, just having those type of people, man, to build with.
Yeah, isn't that
something else? Oh, right. Yeah, and that's something I always build with the youth. Right. Get you a council of elders, man, and that council of elders is for you only. Like, you know, who you talk to, who you respect, type piece. Like, you know, as we get older, we always like we're becoming those elders now, man, and people need that.
Now, side note, other than that, how, even though it's not exactly in St. Louis, but it's next door, how's the climate right now with St. Louis and Ferguson? Ever since the
say it again.
How's the climate right now with St. Louis?
How's
and Ferguson?
The climate?
Like, how's the area? Is it?
Well, it's
for people that's not from
changed
there.
To me. It's never changed to me, dude. It's always been. That's why it happened. You know what I mean? And the Lou never had a movement. East St. Louis had a movement, but the Lou's never had a movement. And the Mike Brown piece was the only movement they had, and that was. I got like strong discrepancies of certain things, man, because I feel like, you know, it's like a lot of things we do are outdated. And then when I see the people who are behind things, man, you know, there'd probably be a talk we can have outside of this, you know what I mean? But it's, you just be like, man, why would you continue to do the same things, man? Because the continuation of it kind is deceiving, right?
Right.
But, you know, that's another... It's another piece, man.
Well, you know how it goes. The more things change, the more it stays the same, right?
True indeed. True indeed. And one thing, you know, like like we'll look at like New York and California, then you got the Midwest, right? And then you find out that a lot of these artists that we look up to really are from the Midwest, right? So the Lou is one of the places that has at least 30, 40, probably close to 50 headquarters there of major corporations that like people don't really know about. So that's always my thing. If you're really about that life and shutting down stuff, how come you ain't hitting the headquarters? Oh, because you ain't about that life. You just want the media coverage.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, listen.
Even when that Mike Brown stuff happened, man, I'm saying like a block east of that is a $24 billion business. You know what I mean? And the cops are all over there waiting for them. Like, they were all lined up. Nobody ever talks about that piece.
What business is that?
Oh, it's called, it was Emerson.
Oh, Emerson. Okay.
Oh, Emerson.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And they was all lined up. Like, and all I'm seeing is people doing donuts and going up and down. And I just say, man, it's like that everywhere we go, man. It's just like the best teaching I heard, one of the best teachings I heard was do for self or suffer the consequences, which was said by Elijah. And I just say, consequences, do for self or suffer the consequences, man. He also said something like the unity of black people is more powerful than an atomic bomb, which made me be like, as I got older, like, man, all we really got to do is say enough is enough and be.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because even in our lowest form, God, and not that I support sagging pants or nothing like that, but even in our lowest form of where we sagging, we got a whole world doing that. You know what I mean? A whole world doing that. So what if we was really on our Godhood?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, listen, I know you got to get back to teaching the class and all that. And,
yes, sir.
But we're gonna have you back though, because there's a lot of things we could get into, obviously, from the conversation.
Right. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Shout out to the martial artists too, and instructors like my guy Master Chim over here at Jungle Gym. But definitely shout out to everybody out there teaching the people.
Absolutely.
Man, give thanks, man. Just again, thanks for having me on, man, and reaching out and building with you, and bless up my brother DJ Kut again, because he's a real one, yo. Just a true cat.
And tell everybody where they can get at you social media wise, like, Instagram and websites, all that kind of stuff.
All right, so Emperor is spelled Mperor. It's an acronym that stands for Most Powerful Inter-Resurrection Outside Ra. On IG, Instagram is Mperor_. And then Facebook is the other joint I have, is Mperor Zu, Mperor space ZU. You can reach out to me. We can build, man, and perhaps bring me in, and we can get some training in, protect your peace. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Get some sticks going on.
You can see some of the stuff I'm going on, you know what I mean? Like going to IG. I got like a lot of things going on.
The whole clip.
Absolutely.
The training.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Kev, thanks for blessing me up on IG, dude. Like, I'll be looking, you be like hitting me up, like. I'll be like, that's my gosh, son.
No problem, man. That's what we do, bro. That's what we do.
Cool. All right, man. Well, you brothers have a great one, man, and a liberating day, dude. And thanks again for having me, man.
Yes, sir. Peace.
All right, peace.
It's Thermal Sound Waves, a natural alternative to fast food radio.
Thermal Sound Wave.